Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, October 26th, 2018. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. In an effort to alleviate traffic congestion in Charlestown, the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force will shortly operationalize bus stops in and around the capital. Sergeant Marva Shiverton is the head of the Traffic Department in the Nevis Division.
Traffic Department in Nevis would like to advise the general public that effective October 2018, the bus stop signs that are erected in and on the outskirts of Charlestown will become operational. Motor omnibus drivers are to adhere to these signs. Failing to do so, they can be ticketed. The fee for the ticket is $100. Failing to do so, they can be taken before the magistrate court where the fine will be much more. So I'm just asking each and every one of us to adhere to these rules and traffic regulations.
Bus stop signs have already been erected in areas including along the Samuel Hunkins Drive, as well as in the vicinity of Scotiabank, Best Buy Supermarket, Reliable Motors, and Rams Supermarket.
The furthest on the outskirts of town is just outside TDC, and towards Gingerland, it will be just on the outside of Value Mart Supermarket. It's an offense to stop anywhere else other than the bus stop. There are bus stop signs in St. Kitts, and they have been there for a very long time, so it's time to motoring public in Nevis to come on board.
Sergeant Marva Shiverton, head of the Traffic Department in the Nevis Division of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. The Department of Youth and Sports and other volunteers joined the observance of Bullying Awareness Day today, Friday, October 26th. Every year, the Department of Youth and Sports selects the last Friday in October to bring awareness to the issue of bullying. The department commemorates the day by giving bullying awareness tips via radio and social media and selecting persons to speak to students about the problem.
Teasing, taunting is verbal bullying. Online threats, that is cyber bullying. Vulgar gestures, uninvited touching is a form of sexual bullying. You want that? You want that? Stop spread rumors about your friend. It is social bullying. Don't do it. You want that? You want that? So stop bullying. Come on, let's unite. Stop bullying. Break up all the fights. Spitting, hitting, tripping. It is physical bullying. You are going to bring your friend down. You're going to make your friend get a frown. You want that? So I want each and every one of you here this morning to make yourself a promise. And that promise is, number one, you will not bully your friends. And number two, if you see someone bullying another person, you stop it and you make a complaint.
The Department of Youth and Sports also encourages schools to do activities such as creating posters, writing poems, and performing skits to bring awareness to the issue of bullying, as well as encourages the general public to wear white on the last Friday of October as it symbolizes peace. Circle of Peace Youth Program, an organization which says it aims to keep at-risk youth on the right path, will soon be implementing a number of new initiatives toward this end. Former prison officer John Prentice founded the Circle of Peace Youth Program in 1991.
We're here today to talk about the young people, what we're doing for the young people that are in school and also in coming out of the prison, that we're trying to help them to go back in society and also to educate the children in school about the prison and not going to prison. And also we're looking at some teachers who we know got out the way that even go after school time, back in my time and even this time now, to help the children. So we're here at the Circle of Peace trying to help in any way we can, just to bring back people on the right path and to let people know that somebody cares.
Remy Gums is also a member of the Circle of Peace Youth Program.
So they look for individuals like myself who was once incarcerated and is now free, and they try to inspire me in positive ways to continue doing what I am doing. But the group also look out for those who are underappreciated. For example, like in a workplace, you have some people who, they may not have the status of, supervisor or manager or anything of that sort, but they might be the individual who work the hardest in the organization or in the institution. So they're also looking out for these kind of people who are underappreciated but work hard, so they could get their due recognition.
The program also provides support to former prison inmates in an effort at reform.
Well, if you know me, you know that I was once incarcerated and have since then been exonerated and out here working for the government. One of our intentions is to go into the schools and share my story with some of these young men and young women, because women too get involved in certain activities that society, forbids. So we go into the schools, the various high schools, the various primary schools, and we relate our stories, and we just hope from there that even if we could inspire one or two out of the entire bunch to not take certain paths that could only lead to basically the road of perdition for those same youngsters, we will really appreciate. And I recommend that all out there who hear of this group and is willing to lend any support or anything of the sort, please do.
Prentice also expressed appreciation to a number of individuals and entities, including Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley, the Honorable Spencer Brand, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, Principal Education Officer Zanella Claxton, TDC Group of Companies, Carib Breweries, Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, and Richard Lupinacci of the Hermitage Plantation Inn, who continue to support the Circle of Peace Youth Program. Still to come.
The Customs and Excise Department has collected $139.2 million.
The details after this break. Welcome back.
That St. Kitts and Nevis has been ranked consistently as a leader in terms of its customs-related activities, and that report. Let's give the Custom and Excise a round of applause for being a global leader.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, recently commended the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department for its administrative efficiency. He was making remarks at a service on Sunday, October 21st, to mark the commencement of celebrations for the 60th anniversary of the Customs and Excise Department.
The St. Kitts Nevis Customs and Excise Department can boast a very skilled cadre of experienced, homegrown employees with expertise in preparing import and export documents and processing them in a timely and accurate manner that is in accordance with customs, regulations, our laws, and procedure.
The Customs and Excise Department is also an important revenue center, Prime Minister Harris added.
That as of October 18, 2018, the Customs and Excise Department has collected $139.2 million in taxes and imposts. This compares favorably to the $126 million which they collected for the comparative period in 2017. The increase in $13.2 million for the comparative period represents a 10.4% increase in comparative collections.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is investing heavily in staff development throughout the civil service. Prime Minister Harris said the Customs and Excise Department is no exception.
Just this year, 26 of the officers participate in the 12th annual Caribbean Customs Law Enforcement Council's 8-week junior officers basic training course. Such staff development is significant as the Customs and Excise Department is tasked with protecting the security and integrity of the country's borders, specifically ensuring that no goods, including weapons or drugs, enter St. Kitts and Nevis illegally. It is the primary agency in the government of St. Kitts and Nevis responsible for suppressing smuggling activities through intelligence-based operations and close cooperation with local, regional, and international law enforcement authorities.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. The final activity to culminate the month-long celebration of World Post Day here on Nevis will take the form of a road relay on Friday, November 2nd. Deputy Postmaster General Rhonda Forbes-Williams told us how persons can be a part of the relay.
If a department is interested, then they can get 8 to 10 persons together, and then that will be sufficient for them to enter the relay. All right, so I'm looking on the IT department to come up with a team, even if the team is not from within the department, but if you put that team together and you call it the IT department team, that is also fine.
The road relay will begin at the Four Seasons Resort, proceeding towards Pinnis, onto the Bypass Road, onto Quaddock Road, following the island's main road and finishing at the post office in Charlestown. Forbes-Williams is encouraging persons to participate in the event.
The general public is invited to support our relay. I promise you it's going to be exciting. Why? I will be taking part.
World Post Day is celebrated annually on October 9th. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.